How's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like this video or any of my other past videos, please subscribe to the channel, like or comment on the video. Be greatly appreciated. I wanna keep talking about a little bit, or touch on more on the DNA frequency, because this right here is very important. This is very important for humanity to know. This is very important for you to know, so you can, find true fulfillment in your life and true control, and have control over your life. Because maybe throughout your life you felt disempowered. Maybe you felt like, you're like one of those puppets being pulled by the string, and that life just throws you here and there, and you don't have no control over it. You have all the control over it. And the truth is that all the work is finished. All the work is finished. All of it. You just have to learn to be at rest. Be at rest, and your life will change. If you look throughout all these teachings throughout history, religious texts, ancient texts, new texts, specifically Christianity, and as I mentioned, you will hear me talk a lot about, or connecting dots with Christianity. And the reason is because I was raised Christian. I love the Christian beliefs, and you will see me touch a lot on that. So finding your true power, who you really are, finding out who you really are is the most important thing. One of the most important things that you will ever do in your life. And that is what knowledge is all about. And you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Jesus said that. So the DNA frequency is what it is. I talked about how everybody has a DNA frequency that vibrates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Non-stop. These frequencies are vibrating out into the universe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and are attracting those exact same frequencies in your experiences, and the people you meet, and the things that you do. Just like the law of attraction. Law of attraction says what goes around comes around. People know it as karma, whatever. It's everything. It's a frequency. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And that's how the universe works. Your energy. You may look physical, but your energy, you're vibrating at a different frequency, which allows you to feel the physical and so on. Now, as we mentioned, some people are born with a frequency of fame, right? And this is how child celebrities get, formed. Some people have a frequency of, certain talent, right? Maybe certain ability. Some people have a frequency of money. To them, money is real easy to gain. It's not really hard, because they have that high frequency of money. Some people have a high frequency to be more, to understand to be more psychic, right? To be psychic, like that. They have that frequency, So it goes on and on. As we mentioned, most of the super successful people it goes back in the biblical scripture, it talks about how God has a plan for you. There's, we hear that over and over again throughout life. God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. Well, that is your DNA frequency. Like, whatever that DNA frequency is, that's what you're vibrating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And no one but you can control it. Some people have the frequency to attract a lot of negativity in their life, a lot of misery. That's the frequency, the frequency that we're born. It's a certain frequency pattern. A lot of these super successful people, in politics, a lot of business people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of artists, have a high frequency for whatever they're good at. They have a very high frequency for it. They have a certain, DNA frequency, DNA pattern. Now, however your life has turned out, that is what your DNA frequency is. So I mentioned even the medical field, backs this up. If you have if your parents or your grandparents or your family history has a certain, leaning towards a certain disease, they'll tell you, watch out, because you're most likely to get this disease, from inheritance. And that is the DNA frequency that you have. Now, the DNA frequency that you have is what you have, is what you were born with. And that is what you will be, depending on what's in that frequency. And this depends on your inheritance. You will attract that in your life. Again, if the dad was a football player, most likely the son will become a great football player. Peyton Manning, right? It's your inheritance. What is your inheritance?